If you've never had a car loan before, never had a credit card, never built any credit history at all, and you're trying to get approved for your first vehicle, this video is for you. Having no credit is a different problem than having bad credit, and it requires a different approach. I'm Gary, the bad credit car guy, 26 years as a general manager of an independent used car dealership. I've approved thousands of first-time buyers. Here's exactly what you need to know. The first thing I want you to understand is that no credit and bad credit are not the same thing, and lenders treat them differently. Bad credit means you've had credit accounts and you've had problems with them. Late payments, collections, repossessions. There's a negative history on your bureau. No credit. Also called a thin credit file. Means you simply haven't had any credit accounts yet. There's no negative history, but there's no positive history either. Lenders have nothing to evaluate. Some lenders are actually more uncomfortable with no history than with bad history. With bad credit, they can read your story and decide if the risk is acceptable. With no credit, there's no story at all. They're flying blind. That said, no credit is absolutely workable. First-time buyers get approved every single day. Here's what it takes. When a lender sees a first-time buyer with no credit history, they shift their focus almost entirely to these four things. Income. Can you afford this payment? Lenders want to see stable documented income, pay stubs, consistent employment. The stronger your income relative to the payment, the better your position. Down payment. This is your most powerful tool as a first-time buyer. A strong down payment, 15 to 20%, tells the lender you're serious, you have financial discipline, and you're reducing their risk. The more you put down, the easier the approval. Time at your job. Stability matters. If you've been at your current job for at least 6 months, ideally a year or more, that signals stability to a lender who has nothing else to go on. Time at your residence. Same principle. If you've lived at the same address for a year or more, that's a positive stability signal. If those four things are solid, income, down payment, job stability, residential stability, first-time buyers can absolutely get approved, even with zero credit history. Here's exactly how to put yourself in the strongest possible position as a first-time buyer. Build even a small amount of credit history before you go car shopping. The fastest way to do this is a secured credit card. You put down a deposit, usually $200 to $500, and that becomes your credit limit. Use it for small purchases and pay it off in full every month. After 6 months of on-time payments, you'll have the beginning of a credit history. That small positive history can make a meaningful difference to a lender. Save as much down payment as you can. I know I say this in almost every video, but for first-time buyers, it's especially important. 20% down on your first vehicle puts you in a much stronger position than 10%. Every extra dollar you save before you go shopping helps. Get a cosigner if you can. If you have a parent, family member, or close friend with established good credit who is willing to cosign your loan, that can be a game changer for a first-time buyer. The cosigner's credit history supplements your thin file and opens up better lender options and better rates. I'm going to cover cosigners in detail in the next video, but know that it's one of the most effective tools available to first-time buyers. Keep the vehicle price realistic. As a first-time buyer with no credit history, now is not the time to finance a $15,000 vehicle if a $9,000 vehicle will meet your needs. A lower loan amount means less risk for the lender and a more manageable payment for you. Start with something modest and build from there. Have all your documentation ready. Pay stubs, proof of residence, references. First-time buyer deals often come back with STIPs asking for additional verification. The more prepared you are, the faster your deal funds. Let me set some realistic expectations for your first car loan so you're not surprised by what you see. Your interest rate is going to be higher than what you see advertised. First-time buyers without credit history are considered higher risk, even without any negative marks. Rates in the 15 to 25% range are common for first-time buyers depending on your income and down payment situation. Your loan term may be limited. Some lenders cap the term on first-time buyer deals, 36 or 48 months rather than 60 or 72. A shorter term means a higher monthly payment but less total interest paid. You may need a cosigner to get the best terms. Without any credit history, the lender is taking on more uncertainty. A cosigner with established credit gives them more confidence and typically results in better rate and term options. Here's the most important thing to understand about your first car loan. It is not just a car loan. It is the foundation of your credit history. Every on-time payment gets reported to the credit bureaus. After 12 to 24 months of consistent payments, you'll have an established payment history, and your next vehicle will be a completely different conversation. Getting your first car loan with no credit history takes preparation, but it is absolutely doable. Strong income, solid down payment, stable employment and residence, and the right dealer and lender will get you there. And once you have this first loan and you make every payment on time, you're building something that changes every financial decision you make going forward. I'm Gary, the bad credit card guy, 26 years in this business. I'll see you in the next video where I'm going to cover cosigners in depth, when they help, what it means for the person cosigning, and what you need to know before you ask someone to put their credit on the line for you. Grab the free guide in the description, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.